Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have Revaz with us, who's gonna talk about LarAgent today. And let's Revaz introduce himself.
Hello guys, my name is Revaz Ghambarashvili. I work as a senior full stack developer at Redberry. It's a Laravel's official partner company from Georgia. I'm based as well in Georgia, Tbilisi. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So when you started working on like PHP and Laravel, I mean,
I started 8 years ago, but at first I was working only with WordPress and mainly with front-end stuff like jQuery and JavaScript, of course, and HTML and CSS. But after 2 years of freelancing, I switched to the Python and PHP together, actually. And while working on the local Georgian market, I just realized that PHP was a better choice because of some shared hosting possibilities and stuff like this. So my main projects were based on PHP, and in this process, I also, of course, found the Laravel. And like 5 years ago, I started already working with Laravel.
you,
Yeah, and landed the job as a senior backend developer at first in Georgian company. After I finished the freelancing, it was while the coronavirus get started, and then 3 years ago I started with Vue. Before I was using Angular sometimes, but it was not my main like work
tech.
stack. Yeah, and I learned Vue and become a full stack developer.
Mm, that's nice story. So how from how much time you are working with AI stuff?
Sorry,
AI,
EA?
yeah, artificial intelligence,
Ah, AI.
AI.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Actually, I started a year ago when I got an idea to automate some process in our company. You know, agencies always get briefs from the clients, which you actually need to review. And we have also process like after reviewing the brief, we mm, we are like making from it tasks, not just as user stories and tasks from them to estimate
Right.
roughly how much effort will it take. And this process is quite time consuming, and it of course needs more than one people to manage, because besides of developer you need some project manager to work on this stuff, and also you need someone from sales, because very often you have some following questions to the client. So it is a hard and time consuming process which I wanted to automate. And I actually started with NA10. It is a platform for
Right.
workflow automation, and they that time they added the AI agents in it, and I became interested in the AI agents idea. So
Mm,
it was my first touch with AI agents via the NA10.
mm, cool. So, when you started working on Lara Agent, then after.
Mm, yeah, LarAgent came a bit later in near New Year, in last
Mm,
year. So after I created some working prototype on NA10, I just got interested how does it works behind the scenes, because I wanted to actually put it somewhere for testing, for sharing with my coworkers or people. So I found the LangChain library. It's a Python library, very good one, which I started working on it, and I just what I had on an A10 already done, I moved it to the Python, and it worked really great. But the problem I faced was that found out that I am lazy enough to make some CI/CD with Python. I'm comfortable with Python code because, as I said, it was my first language actually. But uh, after I finished the agent, I started to making a web application with Django, and then I understood because of a lot of tokens. So the tokens optimization, I need caching. So I implemented the caching. Then, because it was a four-step process, the breakdown brief to the actual tasks, it needed a lot of time to query all this stuff. So I needed jobs as well to handle it, and I was just angry that I already have all it in the Laravel, and only because of this agent I had to write all this stuff. And then when it comes to CI/CD and building it, it was already a peak for me, and I decided to somehow grab this agent to the Laravel. And of course,
Right.
one of the first ideas was to make a Python API with this agent and just use it in Laravel. But then this idea sparked that why not? It's just a wrapper under the hood. It's just API interactions, and Laravel can handle all it without a problem. And the idea of LarAgent so is that it's like eloquent models, and it came from the idea that I just wanted to make LarAgent as easy as possible for me as a Laravel developer to use, and for others, of course, who will use it. And yeah, on New Year's vacation, I made a first POC to make sure it all will work. I actually wasted all my vacation working on it, and yeah, it's come
You
out that yeah, it works.
mm, you haven't wasted. You have like spent,
Yeah,
right?
spend, right.
Mhm. Of course. Mm. So, what advice you wanna give to like the PHP developers who are not like sure that like it will work in future or not, or is it like outdated or something like that? Yeah.
Uh, what do you mean?
What advice you want to give to the like devs who are in working with PHP but not sure about the future?
Um, okay. I'm sure PHP has a pretty bright future because it's evolving. Every year we have better and better news from the PHP association, and of course Laravel make it uh, 10 times more powerful, I would say,
Right.
uh, because I have tried all of the sort technologies, and of course there is a very good frameworks in other languages. For example, Django for Python, Spring for the Java, and so on. But this kind of developer experience which Laravel gives us, it's exceptional because first of all because of the developers, it has a really entry point is really low because you can just learn all Laravel and start actually working and making progress and creating projects with Laravel in 3 months, maybe even less if you will learn it in full time. And in the future, I think because of AI, this effect will be more important. So the low entry point, which is a good for now as well, will be more important in the future to
Right.
people to yeah, acquire. And it is very important also for the companies because if your developer needs less time to accomplish something, it means it's cheaper. So I guess more and more companies will start using Laravel, especially if we will make it a very good AI powerhouse, because now everyone is talking about how to implement the AI in their product. So I hope.
Okay, so let's go with the demo, or do you want to say anything before that?
Um, no, we can start already with
Yeah.
the
Okay.
demo. Okay, let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Um, um, I quickly scaffolded or vibe coded a starting point for us. Yeah, I didn't use any starter kit. It's just a fresh Laravel installation. Sorry. Um, and let's quick review it. What is changed actually? I just added these two fields in the user. I created a user seeder as well to see the 200 users. I made a subscription type enum to have just a different testing subscriptions, and of course I made
Can you zoom a bit?
sorry.
Bit
Is
more,
it?
I guess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And yeah, this is our user service, which does like all things we need with users, counting them, searching, activating, and stuff like this. And the custom page in the filament admin panel, which I will share it now.
Yeah. Not using herd.
No, no, just I normally I use Docker with
Okay.
ddev. So admin test. Yeah, this is the agent page, just some scaffold. As we know, custom pages is the same like Livewire pages of the filament, so it's a filament stuff like the resource we use, the icon and stuff like this. Guess
Hmm.
you are already familiar with
Yeah.
filament stuff. And what is outside of it is a chat history we will use to actually make chats mm, rendered on our
Hmm.
page.
So
And
basically, when we will reload the page, history will be erased, right?
yeah, for now it's just yeah, it
Hmm.
will be resetted, but we will work out to not reset the full chat on uh, reload. And the message we will have in the this field
Yeah.
here. And yeah, two options, just send a clear. It's pretty straightforward and simple. And we have a send message, which we will use here to submit with a right click. It's a blade
Hmm.
template for the same page. And we have a clear history, of course, and two separate methods because of chat histories in AI API. Um, Besides the user and AI's messages, have also different other messages such as a system message, developer message, and tool call and tool result messages. So I just made
Yeah.
sure to get system messages, which is everything else than the user and assistant message,
Yeah.
separately to mm,
So
uh,
by the way, do you wanna take questions now or at the end?
questions.
Yeah, I have one question
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
comments.
Anytime you can just ask.
So Let me share the first question. So it is
Sure.
like, is it available to create a wrapper around it and use in a Python or Rust or Go?
A wrapper around the LarAgent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Sure. It's will be, I guess, pretty easy because for now LarAgent supports using besides the Laravel as well, so you can actually make just like a console application and wrap it around. But in Go, I guess there is already some library handling the AI agent. So if the case it's that you are just very comfortable with PHP but need something in Go, it's okay, I guess. But if you can handle it with the Go as well, I guess the best idea to go ahead with the Go because Go is also very good language. For me, I sometimes use it in my packages. Um, Okay, we stopped here. So this is a little tab to display all behind the scene messages like systems and tool calls and stuff like this. And yeah, that's it by the scaffold. We can already start implementing our agents.
Hmm.
And I will use the Largent's documentation alongside. Uh, so let's move to quick start and copy the installation command, just to compose the required. Um, and we need as well the vendor publish to publish configuration of Largent, which looks like this. We have some default driver, default chat history here. It will be used if you are using dependency injection, so it is in container as well. But you can set all this stuff as well per provider, so you can have some different default driver, but per provider you can set your own driver. By
Hmm.
default, we have two providers. It is OpenAI and Gemini. To start using
Okay.
it, you need just to add the OpenAI API key in your .env, which I already had added. I just will not scroll up to it.
Yeah, of
And
course.
yeah, and same with the Gemini. So let's get started and make some
Hmm. Yeah.
first agent.
So how many like drivers are available right now? Gemini and OpenAI
We
only,
have
or we have some?
no, we have three drivers. It's a Gemini, it's a OpenAI driver, and it is a OpenAI compatible driver, which is
Okay.
used to grab all other stuff. Actually, it is an open router,
Hmm.
it is a DeepSeek, for example, it is OLAMA. So a bunch of different providers are
Hmm.
already adhere to the OpenAI's API style to make easy for companies and developers to switch to their APIs. So it's OpenAI compatible comes uh,
Got
uh,
it. Got it.
yeah. Only the cloud, I guess cloud they have a different API, so you can't grab
Yeah.
cloud's models with OpenAI
Okay.
compatible driver.
Hmm.
Uh, And yeah, a fallback provider is a new feature for the cases when you use mainly an unstable uh, um, API. The fallback provider will be used if your main API will fail from your agent. Okay, we have a PHP artisan make agent command to quickly scaffold the starting point, and let's make user manager and open it by control and left click. It is our starting point for agent. Um, First of all, I want to say some explanation. So what is actually AI agent and how it is differ from the chat or maybe from just LLM. It's quite hard to define specifically what is uh, AI agent because mainly it is just an uh, LLM with different things around. So we can say that some AI implementations is more agentic and some less. So the main specifications which
Mm.
AI agents should have, it is data from environment, so it should be able to grab some data without actually prompting it. So I know, for example, the weather data, the users from your database and stuff like this. So if environment is giving some data to the AI implementation, it's considered agentic. The second important part is the feedback loop. So if your AI implementation can somehow get a feedback and become better and better in the thing it does, it is also considering as an agentic and the real life interactions. So uh, if AI can send like emails, for example, or Slack messages, or maybe register some on some websites and doing real life stuff, it's also considered as an agentic approach.
Correct.
So, for example, a cursor or maybe Windsurf I use and stuff like this are more agentic implementations of AI because they are creating new files, editing files and stuff like this. So uh, that's it. And
Mm.
we are just trying in LarAgent to make assembling all this AI agentic stuff as easy as possible for, of course, Laravel developers. And the second main principle we adhere to is flexibility. So, for example,
Mm.
we don't provide like a default ways to do something. For example, RAG. We have a place, this prompt method, where you can inject your RAG, but
Right.
for example, we don't say that vector database is a needed tool to make a RAG because from my practice, a RAG mm, uh, just by the uh, eloquent models, for example, so static database data is more efficient in the most cases. So if the uh, information you want to provide is not too big, or I mean huge, then it's better to use some database than vector search because we had some talk about it in our Discord community that what is the problem is vectoring information and we called it holy cow problem. Um, and it means something like this: if you have in the string in your database of vectors some information about cows and somewhere it's just English like praise the holy cow, that like my God, like something like this, and it is used somewhere else. And if your user will ask something about cows, vector search may bring you your LLM stuff from the cows information and as well stuff from this uh, uh, different mm, different information, which is irrelevant, and you are this time you are prompting your LLM that answer questions by answer the user question by according to some information, and there is two different type, which is one correct and second is incorrect, and this makes a very big mess. So actually to make traditional RAG work nice, you need to do a really good manual job to clean it up and make a structure, very structural data, which will be easier to handle by the LLMs. So yeah, we are trying to get it as flexible as we can and as easy as we can. So it is two our main principles for now, and let's get started with the user manager
Yeah.
already. So yeah, GPT 5.0 is a really good one for me, so I will use it. And let's, for start, just define some instructions from here. So you are a user manager responsible for retrieving and updating user data. So something like this. And for example, in memory history is just a RAM history which lives only on the one request. So when you are building chat-like implementations, in memory history is not a good choice. So let's I will change it to the session. Uh, let's now switch to the agent and agent page and check what is happening for now here. So we can
Your voice get bit low.
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So it just will give me static message in any case, and of course after refreshing it will be removed. So first of all we need to implement the chat history, uh, and we need to just grab it here. And from the user manager agent we do something like this for user, and we grab here current user and respond this message. Of course, to get the chat history here we will need also uh, to get the full chat history we have stored inside the agent. So in this case, chat history will be something like, and yeah, uh, not get, just chat history. Let's just test how it will be changed. Okay, we have
Hmm.
some error.
Proper type T type is not supported. Hmm.
Um, mm, mm,
What chat history is returning this
okay,
function?
yeah, it's a object. We need to
Collection?
make it to array. Yeah,
Yeah, do all instead to make it fast.
it's not collection. Mm, it's
Okay.
just an
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
just an object. So it has only
yeah.
two array. Mm,
Got it.
let's try again.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay, define that. Okay. Mm, mm, ah, sorry. Let's try again. Yeah, we got all what was going on behind. So yeah,
Yeah, understood.
yeah. But again, after refreshing it, of course, will be removed. But after getting, it will be continue. So actually, we are storing it in the session. We need to make something in mount to get the starting chat history. And to
Hmm.
not repeat myself, I will uh, reuse this part to the get agent instance, for example.
Okay.
So let's add some protected function and reuse it here. And instead of setting chat history like this, I prefer to use it because reuse this as well, because it will be set here in send message to actually update the rendered history and here as well. So let's add one more function, protected function. Mm, get no, let's set history from agent. Yeah, that's correct. So we're getting a agent instance for this current user and chat history instance from it, and two array returns the array
Right.
representation of history. So let's use it now here, and let's use it in the mount. Let's test why test it again. Yeah, now after refreshing, we have actually the history we need. Um,
Yeah.
let's ask, how can you help me? As a user manager, I can help you retrieve and update user data if you have specific questions or tasks. Okay. So actually it can't for now because it have no tools, but yeah, here we can check the system message, which is instructions, and instructions should be always the first message sent to the LLM as a system role, but it
Right.
it is always handled by the LarAgent. So mm, let's move on to the clear part and implement this feature as well, because now it will clear, but after refreshing it will be come back,
Yeah.
because yeah, clear function for now just makes sure that this livewires variable is cleared, but yeah, mm, we can use the getAgent instance and the clear method on it, which will remove everything in the session we have stored for this agent and user key, and yeah, set again set use again the set history from agent, which we have here.
Yeah.
Okay, so now clearing the history will clear it from the session as well, and yeah, all clean. Okay, that is a uh, easy part to just make it work
Yeah.
like this. But let's now make our agent better and make our agent a really agent. For it, we need to add some tools, and there
Yeah.
is a different ways in LarAgent to add tools. I will share it with you from the mm, documentation. So actually, the one and my favorite way is to use a tool attribute.
Attributes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I will use it in this live as well. Um, the second way is to use a register tools, which returns an array of tools, and there is a tool facade. You can create tools really easy with it as well. And the third way is using a tool class, which uh, looks like this and have all descriptions and names in it, and of course the execute part. But the tool class is the best choice in most cases when you want to have a reusable tool, and of course when you use some kind of complex tools. But
Okay.
for now we will stick to the attribute because it's very easy, very straightforward. we just need to import the LarAgent attributes tool, if I remember correctly, and let's go ahead with a first very easy tool. It is a count of users. So in such cases, you of course can just use the model inside the user manager and make something like static function.
Okay, tools function should be static, right?
You can use both versions, so you can use static and non-static, but it's better to use static because of the performance, because a tool also grabs the instance from the your user manager with which when it is not static. So if you should and if you need to use something like this in your tool, some
Yeah,
this message or something to get the something from instance, you can use the non-static function as well method.
got it.
Yeah, but yeah, by default I'm trying to stick with the static methods. So something like this, of course, helps. You can just use user model directly here, but I prefer to centralize all it in services or actions. It depends on your project how it's better for you. But yeah, to make sure that the count, for example, will be the same logic anywhere else in my project as the user agent does. I use services. So let's just import this service from, yeah. Mm, oh no, we don't need interface.
You brought it user service twice in import.
Yeah, it's vibe coded like this. So services, user service, and user service again. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's fine then. I thought you mistakenly brought two times.
Yeah, I thought as well, but I didn't check. Okay, user service, and we uh, the new like this, and of course our tool attribute.
Yeah.
So in tool attribute, the first uh, argument that goes is a just description what this will do.
So you can, I think, use named parameter. So, like, will be visible. Like, what parameter is what?
Yeah, uh, we
Named
can,
argument.
yeah, named arguments. Understood. We will see it in the next tool. So in case of
Yeah.
counts, it's not needed. So okay, just returns amount of all users. So anything that goes here, it's you can consider as a message to the LLM. So uh, it's better to be
Yeah.
specific as you can. So yeah, this is already a tool. If I will test now, it will work like a tool. But
Yeah.
I always prefer to add the available tools list in the instructions as well. Because
Okay.
this way LLM understands better. So for example, if I will ask now that what you can actually do, it will say again that it can retrieve and updating data, but in fact it have all only the count users now, so it can only
Okay.
count users. But
Right.
if I will add the count users as
Mm.
available tool, that it will be more concise what it can do. So for it, I like to use, of course, blade templates to
Okay.
make
But what I like, I have one question. Like, Can you like can Lara agent do for you? I mean, by default, I mean whatever tools you define,
Hmm.
it will auto load those uh, tools into the instructions. I mean,
Yeah, good idea. Good question. Yeah, you can, and we will do it in
yeah,
some minutes. Let's just create for now the blade uh, file. Okay, in views I will add a prompt, and let's assume that we will have other AI agents as well. So add the user manager file folder here, and the instructions. Blade PHP, and it is recommended to use the markdown in the instructions and prompts for LM, or use the XML, but I like XML like syntax, so I like more uh, markdown. So
markdown. Yeah.
yeah, I will use it here. So I have some little description here prepared, so I will just copy and paste. So which says that you are user manager responsible for retrieving and updating user data, and you should assist website administrators to manage user accounts. That's it.
Perfect.
And of course, we need to add the label tools. Mm, okay, like count users,
Yeah.
something like this. Yeah, let's just test it now, what it does. And
Okay, but like, do we don't need to like say that there are instruction in this blade file?
yeah, sorry, oh,
Mm.
forgot about it. So we need to return view from instructions. Yeah. Mm, let's just say hello and check the system message if
Oh, view is not found.
oh,
Okay,
it's some typo, I guess.
V is called. Okay. Mm.
Prompt user manager. Oh, I have instructions here. Okay, that's it.
Mm.
Okay, and here's an updated system message.
Okay,
Mm,
it's not multi-line, or you are just showing it.
yeah, I just not parsing the markdown. I just
Okay, got it.
made a fast implementation. Uh, what you can do for me?
Mm.
I can turn the project.
And
Oh, okay.
cool.
Retrieving information about the total num updating
Wow,
user data,
it's
providing sites into user account management. Yeah, it's still hallucinates because
yeah,
this instruction says it. Yeah. Okay, let's
yeah,
test
that's fine.
it if it can actually get the count. So how many users do I have in DB? I see that the 200 users, uh,
Yeah,
and
we can
yeah,
tinker as well. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, 200 users and one the admin user, which was out of the
Mm.
seed.
Okay.
Okay, so let's move on to the
Cool.
next. Yeah, for example,
Oh.
let's go to the find user,
Mm.
and mm, for
So
example,
you can
creating.
inject the service in the constructor as well, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, I just
mm.
will make it public function construct and we need to pass here a key, which is a key for the chat storage, and now it is assembled as a agent name, model name, and the user ID. If you use the for user as we have here for user, and there's a different type. You can also can use a for and some string here instead of user
Gotcha.
ID. Yeah. So we need to pass it back to the parent as well, and then
Right.
uh,
You can just directly, I mean, do it.
yeah,
Okay.
just I like it more.
You like this way, right? Okay. Otherwise, the property promotions are also there. You can directly inject it as well, right? But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Totally fine.
Just I like this way because if my user service will need some arguments in future, I can just
Mm.
really easily
Yeah,
put it on.
that can be done in service provider with like binding with service
Yeah,
container. But yeah,
yeah,
that's fine. Totally fine.
yeah. I'm like classical developer, like classical ways.
Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, just reuse user service here and like make. Oh, we have non-static now. And public function find user we can, and we need identifier here.
Okay.
We
So
can
you
pass
call
this.
ID as identifier type full. I mean, with the
Yeah,
full name.
because I wanted to like find it by the integer, so ID, and by the email, because
Oh, wow.
emails is also
Got it.
unique sometimes, yeah.
Hmm.
And I imagine the user manager agent something like a helper for the support team. So if you have a
Yeah.
supporting company which is messaging to the user and the user gives some email,
Hmm.
uh,
Interesting.
yeah, support can directly drop this email to the agent and make some changes. uh,
Right. Right.
of course, you can also like expose it via API, and for example, in Discord or Slack or some in chat applications, you can implement it directly with support, so support team can
Hmm.
just, yeah.
Yeah.
I did not try it yet because I made just a filament. It was interesting for me to if you can build
Hmm.
some chat in filament, but yeah, it's I guess it should be easy as well to implement in Discord chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Slack as well. I mean, because Slack works better with the Laravel as well. I mean,
yeah.
hmm.
Find the user
Okay.
data based on the identifier,
You
and
also can define like, yeah. Hmm.
oh, not here, sorry. So the second argument is uh, named properties with
Parameters.
descriptions,
Yeah.
yeah, parameters, yeah. So in
Hmm.
this case, we should say that uh,
Email or ID of
user
the.
ID or the email, and let's say that prefer ID, wait, ID if possible, something like this, because ID reading
It
is
will be faster.
faster, yeah, better.
Hmm.
And find user. So in this case, we will need to add a new tool here, and of course, as
Yeah.
you said, we need some way to do it better and make it dynamic. So we have for it mm, this, I guess, get tools, and yeah, just pass the tools here and
Mm.
use. Okay, yeah, but tool isn't an array; it is an object. So we need get name and get description. Yeah, it should
Okay.
be correct, I guess. And let's check it now. And yeah, we have passed here. There is instructions. Let's yeah. For now, system message will not be updated. Oh, the tool call we made here is here as well because it is old chat, so it is already stored in the session. So in case you need to change instructions, we need to clear the message because, as we said, instruction should be a first message always in the.
Okay.
We have uh, a possibility to reinject the instructions as well because LLM is like forgetting if chat becomes more and more
Yeah, I
higher.
started
Yeah, yeah.
hallucinating. What you?
It
Yeah.
it is starting losing, and you can set the property uh, uh, per reinject instructions. Yeah, the reinject instructions per on some int, for example 100, and it will reinject instructions automatically after 100 messages made.
Got
But
it.
yeah, for now just test hello. Uh, what can you do for me? Just these questions again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have find user. If you user document, if you need to know number of users, find that user tells ID or email can start with you. How can I help you today? Okay.
Right.
Uh, we can add in instructions something like uh, check able tools and the system user. Okay, check available. I want to say something to check available tools, and if there is some other request, share these tools to the user. So um,
Hmm. Even like it's important to
yeah,
like add that into the prompt. Like
mm,
if tools check the available tools, and if like user queries related to this, use them. Otherwise, share available tools to user. Oh, okay,
yeah.
got it. Hmm.
So next time we will ask something like this, more efficient could be. Okay, let's remove and try again. Hello, what can you do for me? Yeah, it's like developing AI agents is a bit a boring task sometimes because of this. You need to always test and yeah, make your instructions, make your prompts better.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, it's now got the good. Yeah, it can count users, it
But
can
now,
find.
like now, coding agents are capable of opening browser and checking stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They I guess they did a great job to make it
Hmm.
work like this. Yeah, it's quite hard to actually manage AI agents. Um, Okay, let's check some user if can it
Hmm.
retrieve actual
It's like
data.
we can like ask our BD or maybe something like that to build one word file with like what we want to do
Yeah,
and how it will be done, and we can just give to the windsurf and
yeah.
task
Mm,
is clear.
yeah. It's if it's a clear enough task, it does the
Hmm.
good enough job. But yeah, as I tested with the windsurf, I was using a cursor at first, but I don't know why windsurf I found better in some cases because of the review features they had. And with the windsurf, I found out that if you are starting a new project from scratch and you are actually vibe coding it with an agent built here, they call it Cascade. It goes way better than actually editing your existing projects.
Yeah.
So, mm, okay, what?
By the way, I never used windsurf or Claude, or we can say cursor.
Uh, you don't use any AI agents for
I
helping?
just use GitHub Copilot and its agent. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I started the GitHub Copilot as well. It's also does very good job.
Yeah, but it is like it's far like I mean not that better than cursor or the windsurf, right? But that is what I need. I mean, I don't wanna code everything with the AI, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's ask now: is the user active or not? Just with the user mail and find
Hmm.
out if the tool works. Okay, so it could call the find user tool, and it just returns a JSON with the needed information. And is active is a true here really as here. So yeah, it works quite nicely. So zip.
Okay, so whatever tools it's used, like the results are passed into the user instruction. I mean instructions.
Yeah, it's just a good practice to have tools also in the instructions. But
No,
if
no,
you
not
will,
not like that. Not like that. I mean
what?
the output of the tools.
Yeah, output of the tools is coming to the chat history as well,
Hmm.
so that it works like on every new message you are sending all the last history to the API. So all
Yeah.
tool calls and tool results is are as well in the chat history, and you are sending over it again, just adding a new user message. Because of this, they call it completions. So it's not just messaging; it's a full history with one plus new message. So yeah, the results from the tool is
Hmm.
also part of it. And yeah, when returning something different from the database information, you should have in mind that it is also a message for the LLM. For example,
Okay.
uh,
Yeah, of
if
course.
we will create something, for example, activate the user. When we will create this tool, it's better to return something, some strings that user is active, and if it goes wrong, just returns that some error happens, and the LLM can share this error to the user as well
Okay.
that some error happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how we have a time?
So how privacy works here?
Uh, for example, what do you mean in privacy? I'm not sure, but
Suppose you have some
yeah,
confidential data in your models, right?
yeah.
Database models.
Okay. Mm, for example, if you have some confidential data, you need to restrict access to the operators they use. So you can use the role some admin or manager on stuff like this, and who can access what. And in that case, we use, for example, I when I created assistant for the dental clinic, I just use something like this. Mm, in your user manager, you define some, for example, new variable like is admin, and you set setter public function is admin pool, and in your controller, in our case, in our livewire component, when I in
Okay, basically it's kind of in your uh, about your like I mean how you return the data, right?
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
it's actually
Okay.
like traditional programming. You just
Yeah, got
need to
it.
know where to set it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and
Right, right.
of course, LarAgent also have some events which is happening under the hood, and you can hook to these events and change something from there as well. For example, if you want to um, check for the bias or some violence content to the messages, if
Hmm.
your chat is exposed to the public, you can use the before send event, for example. uh, I will show it via docs because it's very more understandable and clear. So yeah, for example, with engine hooks, we have a before send, and before send you can actually check the user message what it contains, and if it's something bad, you can just throw
Yeah.
the exception. Yeah, so it is handled as well pretty good. And I was asking about how much time do we have. We can already
Hmm.
start with the questions, or we can
Mm.
continue
Yeah.
the implementation of our tools. It's
I mean, no, it's. I mean, is it different than what we already implemented with the tools? I mean,
um, it's one more feature with interesting feature with this type of tools. I can share it as well, and we can
yeah,
finish
we
on that.
can do.
Yeah. Okay. This interesting feature I call is using the enums inside. For example, change subscription. If you will need to implement the change subscription tool in our user manager, it will be look like something like this. Change subscription, and yeah, and if we will pass the typed property with a subscription time enum, it will grab the cases from subscription type, and your LLM will have a limited choice what it can pass here. So, for example, with the find user, it can hallucinate and pass some uh, not
Yeah.
right ID or email, but using the types like this, so enums, is a way better.
Hmm.
If you
Okay.
tools like this,
Okay.
yeah, it's limited and there is no
Yeah.
hallucinations,
So let's
and
try it.
so, yeah, okay. Mm,
So when you're, I mean, using the enum, you don't need to uh, um, pass the parameters in the tool attribute.
you can any time just skip this that part with the parameters descriptions, because it will grab the name by default, and the name is required, description is not required. But it's better to pass the description as well, of course, because
Okay.
yeah, it will be good wait. For example, in this case, when it's about subscription type, all possible values is also already in the JSON sent to the
Yeah,
LLM, so we don't have to say there here some much information. And we need here identifier as well, I guess. Yep. Okay, let's test it.
you need
Mm,
to. Hmm, perfect. So identifier still works with the email in this
yeah,
case as well. Hmm,
yeah. In case this
got
case
it.
as well. Yeah, but you can do it right how you
Yeah,
like. Yeah, the
yeah.
best part is that
So you need to clear it, right, to update the instructions. I mean,
yeah.
clear chat history. You already did that.
Okay, let's clear one more time.
Hmm.
Hello. How? Okay, let's go directly to our user Megan.
Okay.
Okay, what's the problem? Okay. I guess it's a bug we found right now. Let's try again.
Okay. It's about enum, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, it's not about enum. It's about passing different types because the API needs as well types. So it under the
Okay.
hood checks the PHP types and converts it to the open API documentations types.
Got it.
So I just first time use the two types here, and yeah, let's stick with a string.
Hmm.
In this case, it will work
Okay.
as well with an ID.
Hmm.
So
One suggestion I will give to you is create one interface, right, for the enums, right, which you wanna use.
okay.
So like so this if some enum is used in the parameter of some tool, right?
Mhm.
So it can be like interface can be like it's being used in the like tool or something like that. I mean the name,
Mhm.
and it should have one method which should implemented by the user, and it should return all the required types, right,
Yeah.
with
Okay.
better names or maybe like that. So the developer can have a control of like what type should have what name, I mean, or
Yeah.
maybe it can be translated as well, I mean, because it's in user's control.
Yeah.
i hope
Yeah.
i
Good
hope you
idea.
understood.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Mm. So where are we stopped? Okay. Yeah. For now, this is looking something like this. But yeah, as I understood, you mean that we can create some class which will have a cases as well as enum does, and it will include
No,
all
no, no,
other.
not like that. Not like that. It will be enum only,
Yeah.
but whoever want to use like filaments has label, right?
Okay, understood.
So
Yeah, good idea.
and
Mm.
yeah,
Okay, let's check it now. We have this user with an enterprise subscription type, and yes, it's
by
correct.
the way, the has label was from the audience only.
Sorry?
Yeah, has label was suggested by audience only, I mean.
Oh, Irakli, it's my coworker. Hello, Irakli.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Uh, where we stopped? Oh, okay. We created. Uh, we sent. Okay, this enterprise. Let's now try to change it with tool. So let's change it to premium.
Hmm.
What's wrong?
Sorry, what happened?
Ah, okay, it's wrong. This email has been successfully changed to premium.
So you need some loader as well. I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine. I mean,
yeah, it's changed to premium.
okay.
Nice.
Now give a wrong type.
Okay, what types we don't have?
No, just no wrong type. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
which doesn't exist.
Pro. We have no pro.
Okay, yeah. I hope it will say that pro does not exist. Let's see. So it
Yeah,
is bit taking time, but that
yeah. It
seems
seems
not a valid
for
subscription. It's okay.
limited
That's
period.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. I never tried it before. Yeah.
Okay, but
So,
yeah, I
uh,
think it was a good. Okay, so very first question I have in my mind from the long maybe. So we can get take the questions right. It's
yeah,
now
we
mostly
finished
complete,
the.
right?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same for all user
Hmm.
service. You can just move
Okay.
and put it here. And of course, it would be very nice to have a streaming in chat applications like this to not wait like we was waiting now. I just
Mm.
had no time to try the new Wirestream feature from the Livewire, but in near future I will try it.
Live
And
air.
yeah,
Mm.
Livewire added streaming feature, so you
Okay.
can just stream your
Hmm.
messages from here. And LarAgent
By
also
the
have a
way, yeah.
streaming. Yeah, it's
Also, Inertia also have like implemented use
yeah,
stream function, right?
yeah, it's
And
also new
mm,
one. Yeah, and I wanted to try this streaming as well, but just got no uh, time to test it with Livewire. But
yeah,
yeah, it's mostly complete. You can make this type of
yeah. So
AI
people
agents.
already people will already get the idea like how it is working behind the scenes, and yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
So like it's similar to Prisma, right? Prisma is also there, right? Laravel ecosystem.
yeah. I was using Prism as well before I started with Largent. I tried some types, and actually it's a pretty same thing. Just Largent gives you like a frame to create an agent, and Prism gives you a very good wrapper around it because Prism already have a bunch of uh, different providers and everything. And structured output is also available in both in Prism and Largent. But for example, image generation is not made yet in Largent. We are working on it for now. So Prism is even older and more experience the package because it's pretty much feature complete. And I'm considering as well to create a Prism agents for the people who is already familiar with Prism and use it in their projects because under the hood what Largent has is a little engine which works very similar to the Prism.
Please.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, but one difference is there between Prisma and LaraAgent. I think LaraAgent can be used without Laravel, right?
Yeah, for now, yes, but we are thinking about to drop this support because
Mm.
we had to say no for good things that will be great. For example, we want to have a database chat history type by default, and some workflow implementations, which is way better with LarAgent. But we will, so I will split it
Mm.
like uh, outside of Laravel use will be LarAgent engine, and LarAgent will be only for the Laravel in future. But for now, yes, it you can use it in any
By the
PHP
way, yeah. By
project.
the way, I think Illuminate's namespace is there, right? And all the like stuff can be used by the used as a
Yeah,
packages, right?
yeah,
So you may try that way as well. I mean,
yeah. It is the way we I was thinking about to do, but it's not decided for now. But
yeah,
we already have some dependency on Laravel because we use configuration, for example, from Laravel. And in case you are using LarAgent outside of Laravel, you need to set this type of stuff yourself manually.
right. So Laravel already solve many of problems while you are building some stuff, right? So it
Yeah,
is, yeah, it is hard to like give support to other frameworks in less time, or we can say the less efforts than
yeah.
Laravel. I mean, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think we are good to go. So, do you have any questions, or do you want to share anything before we end this stream?
Um, Nothing. I just wanted to say that I will commit this in near future and
Yeah,
share via the GitHub. If someone will be interesting, you can check out my GitHub or LinkedIn, and it will be there.
yeah. So I
And
will add your GitHub, LinkedIn accounts into the description so people can reach out to you. Right.
okay,
Also, I want to share something that on next Saturday we have Jasper Williams, who is the CEO of Laravel certification, and we will talk about some stuff, why it is important, what is changed, and more things. You can ask questions for and all right. Okay. Hmm. See you then.
okay.
Bye bye,
Thank you.
guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for be till the end. Right. Okay.
Thank you.